Where are my notes? Does anyone see my notes? Hello? Jason! Where on earth are my notes?
Good evening, good morning, simply hello. To whoever you may be, my dear friend, welcome to Coffee Break. The place where you can relax and enjoy your brain's sweet, sweet release of serotonin as you sip on your dollar coffee. The one you bought from the vending machine. You know the one. It's been a while since I last recorded. Oh yeah. I've been very, very busy with school. I haven't been able to find the time with my hobby channel. Brings me kind of sad, you know. I've received several comments and messages asking me when I'll upload again. Let me tell you, as much as I love this hobby, it takes time. Time that I'm spending on an education right now. It wasn't until I received an email from, guess who? YouTube this week that I decided to make this. I'll tell you my story. So, Mason, he's doing his school. More accurately, I was sitting on my bed. And I get a message on my phone. And I'm like, what the heck? So I open it up, it's an email. And it's YouTube. They tell me my thumbnail to evaluating a man's ... video, its thumbnail has been flagged as it was violating community guidelines. And let me tell you this, I was angry. I was angry because I make sure that all of my templates are well sourced, which I mean, by that I mean the copyright and royalty free. I make sure that I do everything by myself. That way there's no miscommunication. I take the time and effort into those thumbnails, and I take pride in my hobby. So, of course I was angry when I got it. So I went on, I just kept seeing what the deal is, and the only thing I could think of is that thumbnail was violating them by inappropriate content. I couldn't understand, so I looked at my old thumbnail templates, and it's a zoomed in image of jeans. Yeah, because if you want to fit the thumbnail and the title together, it's basically saying evaluating the quality of a man's booty, which I can understand why it got flagged in the first place. But you know, all I need to do is type in like the word sex or XXX or a bajillion other things related to X-rated content on YouTube, and they're far worse, far more gross and obscene images on YouTube, a place that says you cannot have these evil things on here. And I appealed. I went through the process and I appealed, saying literally what it says, like, why am I being targeted? Take a look at the image. There's nothing bad here. And of all things that made me pissed off is, I told him is, why me? Why am I being targeted? You know? And I suspect what happened is YouTube's magical little robot, the demon in the sky, as I like to call it now, it looks down and it sees my channel now, and it's now going to flag every single video that it thinks is inappropriate. I'm a small channel. It's hard to find me. So anyways, I'll continue my story. So I appealed, and literally within 24 hours, I got a response, and I won. I had my image approved to come back, and they reinstated my image, and all was happy. Until 6 hours later. I have the timestamps. I could show them in a stream or something, and Lord forbid, it got removed again. 6 hours later, after it got reinstated, it got removed. Exact same image. You know, you think the story is very quick, but I want to broaden young YouTubers, young hobbyists, their mind on YouTube. Is that YouTube only half cares for its small content creators. It says they care, but they half cares. You would think that after I've been appealed, after I won and I got my thing back, after they saw, yes, we made a mistake. Our robot, our demon up in the sky, made a mistake. You would think that they would make a note so this would not happen again on that exact same video. But no, they have not. You know, I hate to go after YouTube, but first and foremost, they did take responsibility. In fact, I believe I was gonna make this whole entire podcast session about accountability, responsibility, in a sense. Is that, yeah, I was impressed that within 24 hours, they responded to me, a nobody, and they reappealed it. You know, they brought it back, and I was happy. But I was also pissed off that within 6 hours after that, I had it removed. You know? It's frustrating. You know? I applaud YouTube for their efforts. They go through, I think, almost 5 years of content a day is uploaded. I don't even think that's right. I feel like it's even an hour it's uploaded. I can look up the statistics. I'll leave them down in the description if I remember. But I get it. You know, it's half yes and a half no. No, it's a maybe. I guess that's what half yes, half no is I completely get why this happened to me. Is that YouTube is struggling, and they say they're at the top of their game, and they never truly will be. They never will truly live up to their expectations. They try, and they fail. And when they fail, the community strikes back hard. And at some point, they just don't care. You know, and I get it. I get why my thing was taken away a second time immediately after it was repealed. And it's that they have so much to deal with that when it comes down to me, when it comes down to our small little content creations, they just leave it up to the robots because they don't have that manpower. They're not going to go and review every single video. You know? And I don't blame them. YouTube has its problems. We all do. And I'll half applaud YouTube for taking accountability and actually responding to me, telling them they screwed up. And I will also point the finger and say, not only did you screw up, but your robot did too. And who made the robot? YouTube did. So yeah, this podcast, this episode, it's going to be about accountability today. You know, it's about taking responsibility for your actions. I try to do that every day. And I'll tell you what, I fail. I'll use school as an example. I've chosen to take a course in my college classes that I don't have to go on a Zoom meeting, especially during this pandemic. I don't have to wake up at a specific time. The only thing I have to do is I go to a rock wall climbing class every Friday, and that's the only thing I really schedule my life around. I have to choose to wake up in the morning, to not roll over in bed and go back to sleep, because I gotta wake up, I gotta get on my computer, and I gotta do my school. I gotta watch the lecture that the professors have worked hard for, that they chose to work ahead of time so that I could learn, so I could better my life. You know, is that choice of furthering oneself. I guess, you know, when I think of this, I think back of what my father once told me. He told me, son, there's a thing called integrity. Integrity is this: doing what is right, even though no one is looking. And I think that's very true nowadays, is we don't do what's right when no one's looking. We don't take accountability for our actions. We don't say, yeah, I did that. I admit I was wrong and I'm sorry. They don't go and be honest. Take the time out of your day to just go and help a friend. You know, that's the sad part that I see in this world. I think what I see now is that I wasn't accountable. I'm still not accountable every now and then, and I find myself failing at my integrity. I fail every which way I look, and it's sad. I'll tell you what, I fail to wake up in the morning. I fail to get my work done in a timely manner. I fail to get to you, my dear listener, an episode of Coffee Time podcast. I fail. And I think that accountability, and I think that integrity is acknowledging, yeah, I've screwed up and I'm sorry. You know? So yeah, that just leaves me to ask you, what's going on with you? Where are you struggling with this thing? I know I struggle with waking up in the morning. But what about you, dear listener? Do you struggle to go to bed? Do you find it's hard to catch up with friends during this time? Do you find that it's hard to just go outside and enjoy the day? To look up in the sky and say it's beautiful? Do you find it hard to find inspiration? To just look at something and work it and make it beautiful? Do you find it is hard just to carry on in any social situation? To go tell the person you love them. To tell them the truth and that you are angry. To tell them that no matter what, you truly are sorry. You know? It's that part of you that hurts. And when we hurt, we don't want to solve it. We just simply wait for people to come along and solve it for us. And let me tell you what, you can listen to all the motivational speeches. You can listen to me all day. You can listen to, you can go to church. You can go listen to a political speech. You can hear everyone's message telling you, get up and do this. Do this, do that. But in the end, it's pointless. It's pointless unless you actually stand up, my friend. Actually stand up. Actually take everything into your hands. Hold it tight to your heart. And say, I'm going to do better tomorrow. No, you're not going to do better tomorrow. You're going to do better right now. Tomorrow is when you start, but right now is when you make that decision. Decision to go forth, take accountability for your actions, and to live life. You know, I think that's the tough thing that we have going on right now is no one's living life. We're not going outside. We're afraid to go outside because of everyone. I say, go out with a friend who you know has not been in contact with COVID. Go talk to that person who you're nervous about. Tell someone you're sorry. Tell someone you love them. Genuinely, from the heart, not half-baked. Find time for yourself, away from the computer, away from this, away from Coffee Time podcast. Take time for yourself, my friend. You know, I definitely am going to take more accountability for my actions. I do want to continue my hobbies, and I think I will. I think that, personally, I'm going to take the time to invest more of myself into the hobbies, to not disregard my school, but to find time for you, to find time to love those around me and tell them, truly, truly, I love you. I love you from every corner of my heart. So yeah, I think to those who actually will listen to this whole thing, to those who will continue to watch my channel, I'm letting you know more's coming. A lot more is coming, and it's not just going to be podcasts this time. I'm going to continue with the podcast series, but I'm going to add more. So yeah, that's going to do it. And that's going to have to do it for Coffee Time Podcast episode 3. I'm so sorry, it's been a while since I've recorded. More is coming in the future. Please wait. Thank you. Goodbye.